Hi everyone, my name is Eloise Faring and this is my presentation for assignment 1A, the case of Zoetermeer in the Netherlands. Firstly, I would define the financial situation in Zoetermeer as inconsistent. There was a surplus in the annual account, and although most departments were able to stay within the parameters of their respective budgets, there are questions around the monitoring of some of these budgets throughout the year. In the public sector, the need to justify all financial outcomes is essential to maintain public value and public confidence, and there is limited evidence that the financial managers are able to do this in Zoetermeer. From a financial management point of view, the City Infrastructure Department stands out as the most significant area of improvement, particularly as the gap between the revised budget and annual account was quite noticeable. Somehow there was a $26 million gap between the original budget costs and the annual costs. Ideally, the disparity between the two figures should have been monitored earlier and or accounted for in the revised budget. This would be especially valid if a budget was heading towards a surplus, as it could be redistributed through other areas. In terms of areas that can improve in their revenue, I immediately look towards the community-oriented departments such as education and youth, art, culture and libraries, and sports and fitness. These program areas have minimal revenue streams. I would look to community partnerships and private enterprise and the potential for grant tendering opportunities to generate revenue to fund many of the programs that are possibly provided by council. Welfare and care may also be considered in this mix, as welfare and care include disability and aged care services. Incorporating the community into activities and services increases participation in a range of areas, which will in turn benefit the economy. Areas that can decrease their costs are service and governance. The council would be a significant employer. However, if opportunities are fostered through partnerships, there would be potential for the council to limit its frontline services to minimise wage costs. There may also be potential to limit the expenditure of council representatives through a review of their spending. This would be supported by constituents as they are elected officials. If I were to advise the politicians about the 2013 budget, I would discuss how the surplus can be utilised through city infrastructure projects and determine if there is a need to maintain the city infrastructure program budget at the 2012 level. If not, how can it be best redistributed to other areas that generate lower revenue, such as living and building or safety, which maintain a high cost to revenue ratio and are important policy areas. As city and infrastructure is tidied up, there would be a conversation about the community services departments and council's capacity for drawing other revenue sources from the private and community sectors, which will increase community participation and bring down the costs to the council for delivery of those services. Thanks for listening.